Hello, Sagittarius. Welcome to your weekly reading for June 19th to the 25th. This is for Sagittarius, Sun and Rising, and if you're new to my channel, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. I also use astrology and my guides to help bring a lot more clarity, to get more specific and detailed with your reading, Sagittarius. I do this because I love you. I want you to feel like it's a personal reading, as if we're here one-on-one, rather than a general spread. Lastly, I use astrology because it brings a lot more depth to your reading. So, Sagittarius, this is the week of the Jupiter-Saturn sextile. And if you don't know what that means, this is happening on Monday. This is happening on the 19th. It's a rare aspect. And I've talked about I think I mentioned it at the end of your video last week, but I definitely mentioned it for your June forecast. It is the biggest aspect of the month, and it's one of the biggest of the year, and it's a great one, and it's a great aspect. And so the first things first, if you saw my monthly reading, I asked you to look back and think about what you were doing December 21st, 2020, or just around that month, okay? Because we had a couple Jupiter-Saturn conjunctions, but think about that time. Everything's linked up to this, right? So it could have been something that you were really fired up about. It could have been something that you were planning, and then maybe you got really busy with something else, but it could still be something that you were working on, like a book, or maybe making music, or just doing something very artistic, or even thinking about starting a business, but something could have, like, things were maybe put on the back burner, or maybe you have been working on all year, but this is the week where you may see some payoff from it, okay? Or you may come back to it. It may circle around this time. And if you don't journal, I mean, I always say, like, you can always go through your Instagram feed to see if there was anything. You can also maybe go through your emails if you were having important conversations, but a lot of it's going to be like spiritually too. So just really think about like intuitively maybe like what you were doing or thinking about around that time. This is a great aspect because Jupiter is in Taurus and Saturn is in Pisces. So earth and water, very harmonious, and the fact that Jupiter is exalted in Pisces is great. So this is really very, very nice. And Jupiter, as you know, is in your 6th house right now, and so that is everyday activities or daily routines or habits, and it includes work and labor. It includes like pets, even your health is a big thing there. Remember, Jupiter is a planet of luck and good fortune, prosperity, expansion. And Saturn in Pisces is in your 4th house. So you could have a lot of activity and newness in terms of home. And when I say home, think about just like foundations of life, right? Your domestic sector. So it could be your actual home, thinking about moving somewhere, doing something different about your place, or even like buying property or whatnot. But also it includes partners, your relationships, your children, even family. So there could be some activity around there. The other big thing that's happening is that Mars and Venus are still in Leo. They're going to be in Leo all month, okay? And so really fiery aspect. Leo is a fellow fire sign, so you could be feeling that, and it could be really fiery. It could be honestly really fiery, because there's another thing that's happening is the moon. I rarely talk about the moon aspects because they're so fast moving, right? But the moon is actually going to be in Leo all week until Friday. And so that's Venus, Mars, and the moon in Leo. And this is in your 9th house. And so this is spirituality. 9th house is spirituality. It is your belief system. It is, your philosophies. So a lot of that may be like changing, and you may be thinking about, even becoming a lot more intuitive in terms of your path to enlightenment and, your spiritual journey and your soul journey. It also rules publishing, okay? So, I reference like writing a book. So there could be, you could just be really, really into it right now. You could be really into it. There could be a lot of movement around that time, around this week. If you're writing a book, or if you're a magazine writer or whatnot, or want to start your own website. But it also rules long distance travel, and Sagittarians, y'all love travel. Y'all absolutely love travel. And you are the native ruler of the 9th house. So it's almost like a homecoming. It feels good for y'all. I love the placements for this week. And then on Wednesday, it's officially summer. The summer solstice here in the northern hemisphere. Winter, southern, but it is the longest day of the year, so take advantage of, the Jupiter Saturn sextile is going to happen on Monday, but you'll feel it all week. So it's really just good time to initiate things and, put things in order this week in terms of your goals and your hopes and wishes and, your path to enlightenment. So what I love about this day, and I've been saying it in a lot of other readings, is that not only is it the longest day of the year, it is the 172nd day of the year. Based on the Gregorian calendar. And if you're into numerology, that's 10. So I love that, in Tarot 10, it's conclusion, and then it's new beginning. 1 0 equals 1, right? So I really love this day, but I love this week. And again, there is going to be, things could just feel really fiery for you. I'm not going to lie. But it could also be, you could just be very, very spiritually active this week. So Sagittarius, let's go ahead and get started. Let's see what's going on for you for the week of June 19th to the 25th. Again, this is for Sagittarius, Sun and Rising. And if you want to read for your Moon, your Venus, all those other placements, you are absolutely welcome to. And I think that's it. I think that's all I have to say. So let's get started. Let's do it, Sagittarius. So as I was saying earlier, I do a traditional cultic cross spread. Really does bring the best overview. And if we need to pull clarifiers, we will pull clarifiers. Secondly, Sagittarius. I know that a lot of y'all have been asking, and I've been trying to get in the habit of telling you the luckiest days of the week or the best days of the week. I want you to know that you make your days, every day can be the best day and every day can be the luckiest day. But in terms of astrologically, it would be the 19th. Okay, it would be the 19th. But this is a great week. The 25th is a day where you may just I leave all the key astrological dates in the description box if you're new, so you can also reference that as well. But the first half of the week is great. Now, looking at your spread, this is really interesting. You've had this very, very, very interesting, very different from your last reading, but I'm seeing echoes here, but let's get started. You got the 2 of Wands. So this is pretty clear that you've been going through a process of planning something, okay? It's almost like you've conquered something, you're over it, there's you're ready for something new. You're ready for something new and you're planning it. And it could be something that you have been planning for a while too. It's an energy that I'm getting is it could be something that you've been in the stages of just ready to plan it. And ask yourself, well, how does that resonate with you? The ones are your passions, it's creativity, it's ideas, but it's also work related, right? So enterprise, business, career. So a lot of y'all could be making pivots or thinking about making pivots or thinking about expanding in some way, but ask yourself what resonates with you in that area. But there's a sense of you having planned for a while, planning these next steps, because there is this newness that's coming through. Now, what's really interesting is you did get the 7 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. So this is really affirming this planning stage. It's really you're not really ready to go yet. I'm going to show you something here, Sagittarius. Well, let me tell you about this. This is a big week of decisions, okay? I'm not gonna lie. This is a big week of decisions for you. And it looks like this is a week where you're gonna decide something, okay? This is, let's get to it. You got the 7 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. Now, this is saying that, this week, there may be a point where you're going to try something different. You're going to be questioning the path that you're on. And it's not, I'm not saying it in a bad way. I'm not saying it in a way where it's I'm not saying that you're on the wrong path. What I'm saying is that you could be in a place where you have been working really hard at your job and now it's time to ask for a raise or time to get a promotion, and you find the confidence to do that. Okay, there's a big decision. This can be money and wealth related, so career related, but also even investments. What have you invested in, okay, that you're looking back on and you're just okay, what do I do now, right? He's taking a little break. He's taking that pause to think about, what's next? What's next for me? Do I continue down this path? Do I try a different path? So that could be something that is going to resonate with you this week, okay? Remember, Pentacles are earthbound, so it's our physical reality too. So when I say like your investments, it can be literally like stocks, right? Or a relationship that you've invested in, or a home, like where have you spent a lot of time, effort, energy, blood, sweat, tears, heart, soul. What is that, and where do you want to go next with that is what's happening here. And what's really interesting, again, just looking at your entire spread, it feels like there has been some hesitation for some Sagittarians, but also some just like really like need to plan this, or it's been something that's been happening for a while. Okay, and the reason why I was going to point this out earlier, these are the wands. Wands are invigorating, they're lively, right? You see that one wand bolted to the wall. Wands do not like to be bolted. They do not like to be bolted. You also see the man here, you know, with the red hat, red passion and power, right? And so he's got the world in his hands. You see as 1 foot in, 1 foot out. You see the wands, right? There's one wand in, one wand out. So it's not like really like, boom, let's go. It's like a little bit of hesitation, a little bit of just like taking your time with it, but also more, it's just like planning. Like you got to feel when it's right. You got to know when it's right. Okay. And so that brings us to the 7 of Pentacles. So it's like, this is the week where you may make that decision. And we're going to talk about that a little bit more in a second, but I'm going to point out you did get the 9 of Cups in your challenge area. So what's really interesting here, looking at your entire spread, and this is funnily enough come up in other readings, right? Exactly where it, like 9 of Cups in the challenge area. This is the wish come true card. This is the genie in a bottle energy. This is like complete satisfaction. But when it comes up in your challenge area, it's really interesting. But it's different for you because it's looking at your entire spread. It looks like there's something that you wanted that didn't happen, okay? And that's why you are really rethinking it. Maybe there is something that you wanted and it wasn't like a wish fulfilled, or maybe there was something that you wanted and it wasn't what you expected, all right? So that may be, or something that you want this week. It really depends on what day you watch this reading, right? So what that may be like really fueling you in this moment to make that decision about your path forward, okay? And so the other thing is just to when Mars in Leo, and I've mentioned this before, Mars in Leo is a fiery placement. It's a very, very, very fiery placement, and it's all about being proud of how far you've come. It's all about being proud of, you know, your path forward. It's bringing that confidence. Venus is bringing that love to that, right? And then you throw in the moon, and it's just, that's so much intensity there. And so sometimes it's, you know, when this card comes up in the challenge area, it's like a gentle reminder. Don't be too overconfident. Don't be too proud, right? You do see him like he's happy. He's satisfied. He's enlightened. He's gotten what he wanted. But you see that his arms are crossed. And so when this comes up in the challenge area, when you cross off your heart like that, it's almost like, you know, sometimes they say it looks as if he's showing off the cards or showing off his cups like they're trophies. Like kind of like, look at me. I got, yeah. Do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of like sometimes like that can happen with Mars and all that activity in Leo. All that proud, confident, like it's almost like that kind of energy. And so try to you know, always be grateful for the things that you have and have that appreciation. I'm not saying that any of y'all are gonna be at like what was my thing? I was like that. Like I'm not saying any of y'all are gonna be like that, but you know, with that aspect happening and with this being in your challenge area, it's just saying like not to be like too like proud or show offy, or you get the idea, right? Now what's really interesting is you did get the 3 of Pentacles. If you remember your reading last week, and I remember this, you got the 3 of Pentacles in your final outcome. And this is great because it's now showing up again in your main spread, and so it's in your crown. And so a lot of y'all may have you may be thinking about working with other people. So some of y'all may be thinking about working with other people, like moving to a different company, moving to a different department, or collaborating with someone else on, for success and on any passions of yours, projects that you're working on. But it really is all about just bringing people into your life at this point. Okay, 3 is all about it's all about growth and advancement too. But like I said, 3 is creation, so it's a birth of new things, and it could be also that like you're thinking about starting a new project, or maybe having a new goal. But do you see how everything's aligning here? But you've got the 9 of Wands in the root of your spread. Okay, this is again very, very interesting. Looking at your entire spread here, it's very interesting. This is a card of resilience, and this, you actually rule this card. It's a Sagittarius card. This is a card of resilience. This is, you can see him with a gauze on his head. He's definitely gone through it. This is saying that you've gone through it in terms of like your passions and your ideas, and even the work related as well. For many Sagittarians, that's going to resonate, and which is why you're reconsidering some things here. But even though you've gone through it, again, this is that, like I said, that resilience energy. Like, he's not backing down. He's not going to let anyone take any of his passions away from him, anything that he's worked for. Okay, so you see what's happening here with this 7 of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. It's like you've really worked hard to get where you're at. Now it's time to decide, do I want to be on this path, or what do I want to do? And again, with all this activity, Mars, Venus, the moon in Leo, in your 9th house of spirituality, like, you could just be very intuitive now, and it could just, the answers are all inside you right now. This is saying that you're not going to let anyone take anything that you've worked hard for. So I really love that you pulled this card. It's in the root of your spread. It's like putting your foot down. It's saying, nope, back off. And it's also saying, like, hey, you can keep coming at me if you want. You're not going to take anything away from me. This is really great. Now, you see in your future, you got the 2 of Pentacles. Okay? So, let me show you this. You got the 2 of Wands. You got the 7 of Pentacles. And now you got the 2 of Pentacles. So, this is all about planning, right? But also making a decision on what to do next. Deciding what's next. Decision. So it really is, choices. It's choices. This is in your future. This is actually really good. I'm getting an energy of like, you actually may get 2 opportunities come through, but for a lot of Sagittarians, it is you're gonna have to decide between one or another. Okay, so it really is, a lot of y'all are definitely gonna do something differently this week, or choose to do something different. Okay, again, ask yourself, how does that resonate with you? Because Pentacles, sure, a lot of this is going to resonate with career for a lot of y'all. All right, with career, with money, with wealth, but also just remember, Pentacles are earthbound. So just in your physical reality, it could be the fact that it could be maybe you're home shopping and you have 2 different places that you're like, oh, which one should I get? Or it again, what's resonating with you? What's resonating with you, especially with Saturn and Pisces? Like, that home energy is really big. It could also be like relationship. It's just like there's a lot of imbalance in this card, and you want to bring that balance. You kind of have to just, let's just say, like, let one of his Pentacles go, because here's what's interesting. You see the Pentacles bound in the sign of infinity. This is the juggler, and so he could be juggling his entire life, and he's actually really good at it. Okay, he's really good at it, but do you really want to do that? No, you want to make a decision and move forward. You want to make a decision and move forward in terms of bringing that balance in your life. Again, a lot of imbalance in this card. Even the Pentacles is 1 foot off the ground. Even the waves are a little uneven. So keep that in mind. There is going to be a decision, especially because you got two twos, duality, and then the Seven of Pentacles in the heart of your spread, and so it's really all about the desire, right? Seven, and when you think about the tree of life, but it is a victory too. So it really is. Go with your instincts, go with your intuition in terms of moving forward. But it looks like you do want to collaborate with people. Which is really great, and you want something new to come through. So yeah, it's a big week of decisions. So let's get to your stuff, Sagittarius. If you like this reading, by the way, it would be so great if you like, subscribe, leave comments. I love hearing from y'all. And if you are a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. Y'all are amazing. You're absolutely amazing. You make my day. I love you. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for you. So I am truly grateful. Really appreciative. Thanks so much. Now, you are definitely going through. This is going to be a big week for you. Okay, let's put it. It's going to be a big week. All right. So you are definitely. A lot of y'all are either in the process of or will be making a decision about something. Okay, this is clear as day here. You did get the Seven of Cups. All right, so there, really just know what you want. That's all I'm gonna say. This is, you see that the universe is offering 7 cups to this young man, and they're so different. They're very different. Okay, they're very different. There's beauty in one. There's victory, success in another. There's like a snake coming out of one. There's a dragon in another. So it's really like be careful what you wish for, but know what you want, and know what you want by going with your instincts, okay? Remember, you got this Seven of Pentacles in the heart of your spread. This is another 7 coming through, all right? So it's really like trusting your instincts, because some things that may be presented to you, or some things that you think that may not be what they seem to be. It sounds too good to be true. If you are being offered an opportunity, but you may. This is you may have many opportunities to come through. Especially again, you could have two with the Two of Pentacles in your future. But even still, it's just a decision that you're gonna have to make. Again, this is very interesting. You're getting all these making a decision cards, and then you get Death in your external factors. So this is the affirmation showing there is transformation happening in your life. Death is all about transformation. It's a transformational process, and it's very auspicious. I want you to know that, okay? It is just, you have to accept that this is going to happen too. And I feel like I don't even have to tell that to you. I feel like Sagittarius want this change, is an energy that I'm getting. But this is, again, you see the sun coming out in the corner, right? It's sun. It's all about vitality and growth and abundance and opportunity, optimism. So this is a great card. The white horse, the white rose, purity, the skeleton, right? On the fully armored, so fully protected skeleton. What out of our body, right? Endures the longest. It's the skeleton. It's our bones. It's like a long shelf life that it's almost like the decision you make is going to be a big one. It's going to be very transformative. And again, a lot of this is happening behind the scenes. So I think that with the Two of Wands in your past, again, I feel like if there's been something that you've been planning for a long time, or been stuck on for a while, or have been deciding for a while, the Death card is bringing this change. It's almost like with this week, especially with the aspects this week, there is going to be some change. And it's almost like the energy I'm getting is it's like you've got to make that decision this week. You can't hold off any longer. But again, I'm getting a lot of energy of just ready for it, ready for a change. You got the Page of Cups. This is more affirmation that you're looking for something new, okay? This is, pages are the newbies. They bring in that new energy, those new journeys, new paths, new beginnings, okay? And the Cups, love, emotions, feeling, wonderment, all of that. And this is just, I love this page. He's very dreamy and imaginative and very creative, but all he wants to do is follow his bliss. All he wants to do is go after the things that is going to make him happy and fill his cup. And I absolutely love this. And this is saying this, you do want change.
clearly, because look, your final outcome. You got the Chariot. This is all about change. This is all about change, and this card is ruled by Cancer. Remember, I said the day of this of the on the 21st. The solstice. It's the longest day of the year, but it's also the sun moving into Cancer. This card's ruled by Cancer. So you are definitely going to feel change. Remember 10. 1 0 equals 1. And then the other thing is, like, it's another 7, so you got 3 7s here. 7, if you are into numerology, 2023 is the year of 7. 777, y'all. Come on. So it's not, so it's sure, like lucky 7, but it's really, I mean, 7 is a very significant number. You can think about like the 7 chakras or the 7 color. I mean, we could go on and on about the 7, but at the end of the day, it's introspection. He's found the self-determination, the willpower to move forward from any obstacles, from anything that was holding him back. Okay, here's what's really interesting. You got the 2 of Wands and the 2 of Pentacles. Remember, it's like duality, right? Now you've got those 2 Sphinxes, and so it's what's really interesting here is that you're in control. You're in control. It doesn't matter which way they go. You're in control. Okay, and this is kind of like balancing the polarities, right? You're good, Sagittarius. You're good. This is a great card. Moving forward from any obstacles, any challenges, anything that's holding you back. And really, again, finding it within you to do that. Think about Cancer, by the way. Cancers, not only are they very intuitive, right? All about the introspection. They're leaders, they're cardinal signs, all right? And so, boom, finding that within you to just go after the thing that you want, because clearly you want change, you want something new, you want something different. A lot of y'all will be wanting to work with new people, bring new people into your life, or collaborate with other people, or you may be doing it already and it's been doing very well. But I love the fact that you got the Chariot. The last thing I'm going to point out, you do see that he does have the Magician's baton in his hand. Like, there's no reins here, right? And so you see the slivers of the moon on his sleeves from card 2, High Priestess. And then you see the City from the Emperor. You see the Lingam and the Yoni from the Lover's card. So it's like going through your hero's journey, the Fool's journey, your journey, right? Basically, it's like you're learning as you go. You're learning all these things, and it's really empowering you. It's empowering you to move forward, and this is absolutely amazing. I love your spread. I mean, you have a big decision to make, but it looks like you want it. You got the Page of Cups here. And just be careful about what you want, what you wish for. Again, remember, you have the 9 of Cups in your challenge area. So it could be that there is something that you're really wanting that may not be right for you, okay? Especially, and it could just be something that did not work out for you. So with this opportunity now, to think about what's next, just be careful what you want, what you're wishing for. But there, in the end, you will have to make some sort of decision this week. But you got Death, you got the Page of Cups, you got the Chariot. I mean, you're good. You're good. Just go with your intuition, okay? Go with your intuition, and you're gonna feel it. You're definitely gonna feel it. I feel like y'all are moving into this. Again, with Mars and Venus and the Moon, which is all about intuition, right? Moving into or being in Leo, right? This week, it's really amping up your 9th house of spirituality. So, Sagittarius, thank you so much for tuning in. If you like this reading, again, it'd be great if you subscribe, leave comments, and if you're a subscriber, thank you so much for being here. You're amazing. I will see you. Next week's a big week. Next week is an interesting week. I'm not gonna lie, it's very interesting, but we'll talk about that. We'll definitely talk about that. But yeah, again, big week of decisions. This is also, I want to point out, one of those spreads where it shows that, you know, even if you don't get major arcanas in your main spread, it's still very significant. It's very significant, okay? With the two twos here, you have it's all about the choices and I mean, like you see, but you did get the Chariot and the Death. But anyway, thanks so much for tuning in. I'll see you next week. Bye bye.